to go until we hit the news at 8 o'clock. So let's talk about this. A COVID time capsule containing items and stories from the pandemic has been buried in the Fens. Staff and residents at the Askham Village Community, a specialist family-run care and rehab centre near Doddington, have suggested items to put into the airtight container and then buried it under the ground. Alia Nasser is a director there. Hi, Alia.
Hi, Dottie. Morning.
So where did this idea come from?
It was actually a fantastic idea of one of our lead nurses, Keren Loxley. She was thinking about how staff have still got a lot of reflection to do, a lot of things that we've lived through, and it's important that we remember this and that we learn from it for future generations. So she suggested the idea and made it happen, and it was fantastic, actually, really well taken by staff and residents.
So what kind of stuff has gone in? What was suggested?
Oh, a whole different range of stuff. We've got some items, so masks, obviously, so that we don't forget that crazy thing. We've got memories that people have written. People have taken the time to write reflections or poems, how it made them feel. We've done some reflections and memories on residents that have passed away during the pandemic. We've got reflections on the good things that happened, some items, one test kit, just again to remember that thing as it became. We've got a little kind of chronology of what happened and when it happened, who did what. So a whole range of different things, so that in the future, hopefully, when it's opened, people can remember just exactly how tough it was, but how brilliant the staff team, well, certainly my experience with the staff team in social care has been, to live through it and work through it and come out the other side, hopefully.
And I'm curious, Alia, as to what you've actually put all of this stuff in. Like, presumably you can't just put them in a shoebox if you're going to bury it all under the ground.
You're absolutely right, Dottie. So Keren sourced an airtight plastic little barrel thing. That's the only really way I can describe it. It's a plastic barrel that will withstand kind of, whatever is around it in terms of the soil. It's got a very tight lid, and everything in it is also laminated. And where needed in sort of little plastic bags to keep it safe. And then our facilities team did a great job. They dug a big hole in the space that we allocated for it, put it sort of sufficiently far down into the ground, and we've put a little plaque on the top so that we don't forget it's there.
And what do you envisage happening to it?
Well, I mean, it's a family business, and even to bury the capsule, there were 3 generations of my family present. And it's our hope that Askham continues to be a family business long into the future. And I mean, my children are with me, one's 4 years old, one's 3 months old. So we've set a date, the 31st of August, 2046. And we hope that members of my family, as well as if there are any staff or residents around at the time, we will open it and we will review it and we will read through and we will remember all the people who've been working and living through the last 18 months.
It's funny, isn't it? Thinking, in however many years' time, what we'll look back on as being the start of something that carried on and what we will look back on as being just a snapshot, a moment in time. It's really curious to think about.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think it'll be interesting to see how social care evolves over the next little while. Who knows what the future will hold for all of us. And I think it's also just really important to learn from what we've experienced and to just not forget what we've been through.
Alia, what a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. Alia Nasser there, who's a director at Askham Village Community. What a fascinating idea, a COVID time capsule.